Almost half of household waste destined for New South Wales landfills consist of food and garden organic waste. Space in landfills is rapidly running out, and burying organics is a waste of a valuable resource. While many facilities are not taking this food and garden waste and turning it into valuable compost, some are, and this compost has potential to benefit commercial horticultural systems. Biomass Solutions Manager Alan Wright tells us about the composting process.
We process domestic and commercial green waste here at the facility. The green waste comes in the trucks, it's ground and then loaded into the composting bays. It takes about 21 days for the material to go from one end of the composting bays to the other. In that time it sits at around about 60-65 degrees at about 45 to 50% moisture content. Once it's been through that process, it comes outside here for natural maturation in these windrows, okay? And then when it's matured, we put it through the screener, and it's a 25mm screen, and then it's sold to growers and the public. We use accredited labs to do a 4454 Australian standards, and that testing's available.
Justine Cox is a soil scientist at the New South Wales DPI and has over 15 years' experience with compost. Here she tells us about the properties of compost.
Good quality compost provides a variety of benefits to the soil. Compost increases the water holding capacity of the soil. This means that more rainfall or irrigation is held in that soil for the plant roots to access. Not only that, but compost particles in the soil often improve soil structure, increasing root volume. Compost is also teeming with life, including bacteria and fungi. These diverse soil organisms are vital for transforming organic nutrients to plant-available nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Other compost properties to know so that it suits your needs are particle size, carbon to nitrogen ratio and pH. To get high quality compost with no weed seeds, make sure the supplier provides evidence of the compost temperatures and the nutrient content of the batch supplied. Something to be aware of when using organic mulches is that it can take nitrogen away from the soil if the mulch is too high in carbon.
One of the constraints of farmers using compost is the ease of application. New machinery may allow compost to be applied easier to commercial banana operations on steep slopes.
The machine is mounted on a truck that is all-wheel drive and has the ability to access most sites. The machine has the ability to transfer 12 cubic metres per hour. The compost can be transferred up to 120 linear metres from the truck. The machine can apply all composts and all grades of mulches. We can either preload off-site or use a bobcat or a front-end loader to load on-site.
Paul Inderbitson is a banana grower from Queensland. Here he tells us about his views on compost and how he uses it on his farm.
We've been using compost for the last 10 to 15 years now because we think it's a great way of getting organic matter onto the block, and also it's a really great mechanism for getting biology to your soil, and also basically improving soil carbon. The best benefit is the increase in soil carbon. That's the aim of it all. The second benefit is water retention through the addition of all that extra organic matter. We believe we're getting a better moisture holding capacity in the profile. And the other benefit is we've been able to slightly reduce our chemical fertiliser input. Our compost, we make it ourselves. Our sort of standard recipe is a third ratio of each. Tree waste, manure, chook manure, cow manure, pig manure, whatever we can get our hands on, whatever's available, and grass or bagasse or something like that. Look, we apply the compost using just a normal everyday belt spreader. We've gone through many different spreader configurations, but for us, that works for us, and in our situation, just a belt spreader is just sort of straightforward and simple. Belt brings it out the back onto 2 spinners, and it just side discharge underneath the bananas. There's been no problems using compost. The compost we use is a really, we like to think we do the compost well. It's a well-matured compost. We haven't seen any adverse effects with it, no.
In March 2017, torrential rainfall fell on the banana trial as a result of Cyclone Debbie. After returning to the site, it was pleasing to see much of the compost still in place and not washed away by the rain. Throughout the trial, monitoring of soil nutrients, plant nutrients and moisture availability were undertaken.
Monitoring of the trial showed that the compost increased organic matter, increased soil pH, and increased zinc and potassium levels. Plant parasitic nematode numbers dropped under the compost treatments, and the compost also protected the soil from erosion during 2 severe rainfall events. Suckers that emerged during the trial tended to be taller under the compost treatments. The compost blower could apply compost to steep slopes, however the process was time consuming. Further investigation is required to develop better techniques to gain advantage of the benefits of compost.